Hello internet gamers, welcome back to another Manta Ray gaming stream. Well, I've been trying to play Vampyr, I had again a crash, I don't know what will happen. I changed my graphic cards in the between with an exactly same one. We will see how it goes. I want to find out the root of the problem. I'm not sure if I will be able to do it. If the game crashes again, or the stream, actually the whole stream, the whole computer gives me black screen, then unfortunately I won't continue to do any attempts today. Well, without further ado, let's go to the game, and fingers crossed, let's hope it goes well. At least we can exclude some parts if it is the graphic card or any other component of my system. No, we will just wait and see. The system doesn't seem very... The game action doesn't seem very stable at the moment. Dan Kushart, hello, how are you? You remember me? Sorry, I have seen so many names lately that I cannot recall, to be honest. You have to excuse me.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Indian guys, yeah, I actually remember I have many Indian viewers, so yeah, I cannot pinpoint exactly my mind. You have to excuse me. Sorry, Tank. Your laugh, Yolanda. You were appointed as
Tell me the
med.
truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded.
I told about
prefer caring for the
Diwali.
dead.
Yeah, I remember Diwali. You have to excuse me with the names because many after the human mind has a capacity to remember how the 100. Yeah, I remember that Diwali conversation. As I was saying, most of the people have the ability to remember 100 to 150 names. So if I don't see a name frequently, or have many interactions, I might remember it vaguely. But I remember that Diwali conversation. So yeah. You can't impersonate the
You
doctor.
can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough
My
about
name
triage
was
and war surgery?
Movia Show Lord. I remember that movie. I remember that. By the way, hello. How are you? How are you doing? Okay,
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
we need one more hint for him. Hello, Brad. Yeah, I'm back. Let's hope I'll stay back. I don't know what's the issue is. I just changed. I found because I wasn't sure if it's gonna happen again, so I have found the same graphic card from a friend that we have the same graphic cards. So I changed the graphic cards now in the betweens. I want to see if it is the the GPU's fault or something else. I have to check that out. I'm not sure. Oh, you're sleeping. Oh. Well, yeah, it's probably late there. It's getting late. It's night in India. I get it. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's hope, Brad, that... Oh. The other thing is after that is to format my PC, probably something with the Windows or something. I don't know. If it crashes again, I won't continue today. I'll just accept it and try to figure out when to format my computer. So yeah, I'm trying to watch the Temptations movie. Hello. Temptations movies. Is that how do they call them? Education movie.
God protect us.
Oh,
Got a
who is
leech
he?
in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital.
Lavaca de
My mission is to
McRae.
heal
Hello.
while you go about warring.
How are you?
You set
Welcome.
the
Thank you very
table
much
for
for
a
liking the
snake.
stream.
I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations.
Oh, well,
Flare the scent at a mile.
what happened?
can't hide from
They
the
look
dog.
almost the same.
Leave him, Jonathan.
What the heck?
This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
The difference is the beard.
So this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
La Casa de Papel, yeah, the TV series.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to
come
return
on.
home.
Sorry, what was that? I wouldn't mind rewatching Grand Budapest Hotel again. Also, I saw it in theater and a lot of the stuff went over my head. It's a weird movie. I couldn't finish that one. The only thing that kept me going to a point was what's the actor's name who plays also Voldemort, and the English patient. Come on, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, that actor, it was a weird. I couldn't watch it until the end. There was a mystery who did what, but the whole how to call it, the whole direction of the movie was weird for me. Thank, I have to go to sleep. My father is shouting next to me. Goodbye, good night, Tank. Thank you very much for dropping by. Thank you. See you next time. Confidence must be restored. No one will notice a few more bodies.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us.
No, we couldn't.
We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned
Order.
a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse.
Oh,
Blood
okay.
everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Yeah, man, it wasn't a terrible movie. It was like it was missing something, though. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it had a weird direction, so... I'll
Very
help
well.
you.
I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard
Oh.
will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Who is he? Let me check. Alright, man, I got one for the chat. Okay. Tell me. Name a band everyone seems to like, but you can stand them. A band or... Thank you for the share, Mike. Brett. A band. I cannot stand them. It's usually boy bands I cannot stand, and many, or a singer.
There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Thank you for all the shares.
What on earth happened here?
I cannot remember now. Usually I don't focus on bands I don't like.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Can you tell me anything about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
I'm not of my own.
Who was the other one? Sorry, you had to take a call. Will you open? Mike, I will open it, but not now. I have first of all I have some issues with my computer, so I have it's hard to stream because it crashes. It shut down. So I don't know what's happening actually. But yes, I will. Minecraft is something I play frequently, so yeah. At some point, I don't know exactly when, because first of all I want to finish this game. I don't know how much time it will take. It seems like a big game, big, I mean in length, so yeah.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening,
I'm taking
Dr.
a little
Reed.
break from Minecraft.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until
Okay.
it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reed. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your
I'm not a big
definition
fan of
being used?
REM and U2
By
myself.
abusing the sick.
U2 I like them.
It's
I
my
have been in their
definition of
concert,
getting out
but
of this useless life
REM
once and for
I
all.
wouldn't say. Maybe the Nirvana. Not Nirvana. What was the Oh, there was a group, they tried to copy Beatles style or something like that. It's an old one.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a
it
bed are
wasn't
already
Nirvana.
dead.
Nirvana's good.
Or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of
You
all
see, I forget, especially the ones that are not real. A medium rare grilled steak covered in grills and onions and peppers and grilled mushrooms with a baked potato and sour cream, butter, cheese. Oh, thank you for the stars, bread. Thank you, I appreciate it a lot. Cheese and melted cheese. Oasis, yes, Oasis, those. I wasn't a big fan of them. I could listen, but I was okay, what's the so much big deal about them? I forgot what I wanted to ask her. What other usually these boy bands like Handsome and these types, or something, was the Jonas Brothers, or I don't remember them at all. Who is the real you? Sissy will not save you.
How can you be affected by the misery around you and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
Nurse
I would ask you the
Hawkins.
same question, Dr. Reed. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
That's interesting.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Sorry, I
my
got
question.
another call about my car's extended warranty. No problem. I was saying that, yeah, it was Oasis, that group. Not that I couldn't stand him, but okay, I was saying, what was the big buzz about it? Many people liked it a lot. I wasn't. Okay, I just can't hear them. Other than that, there were usually this kind of boy bands like what was it? The Handsomes. I don't know if it's Jonas Brothers or something. Yeah, this is Peter from the warranty department. Yeah, usually the call centers are in India, so they forward them there and they come back and they... The customer service is usually
even though Milton would say it was his, to protect
in other
me.
countries.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No, I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
I prefer the Philippines call centers.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital.
But to be honest, I never
after the
had
shouting started. At
that's
first I
probably
thought it was
for
someone who was
English
just
talking call services, because well, I believe in America there is a lot of people that call customer service, and they need to have a lot of people that can answer back. So yeah, and since English is an international language, so they can have many centers around the world, as long as the customer service can speak back to them. I understand the Filipino better than some Indian speakers. All their pronunciations are, yeah. Indian tech support is the worst. Oh, you have. It's hard for you to understand the way they speak. I get it. Well, usually when I call customer service and help centers, well, they are in my local language, so they don't use in other countries that, because it's not a language that is usually heard. Almost every company in America uses them as tech support. I don't know, maybe it's because it's cheaper. Not because, I'm probably 99% sure it's because of that, than having tech support in the country. I remember calling sometime back in the late 80s or beginning of 90s, tech support for it was customer service. No, it was 90s, beginning of 90s, yeah. 94, 95, yeah. LucasArts or something, but they were all American, at least. That's what it seemed. It's either India or Philippines or USA, but USA is very rare. I get it, yeah. Some companies use their own customer support. It depends on the size of the company. For example, Hewlett Packard, I'm pretty sure it uses one of those two.
But well, maybe it was him.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite
It's like they hire 5 Americans who are usually the top people, so you don't get them first. You have to deal with
He's not taking my gender into consideration.
first, and if they cannot solve, they are escalated. Oh, so there is tiers depending on the problem. If it's something easy and they can solve it reading some book pages, because usually that, what is your problem, that they go into the computer, or if it is a hard copy, yeah, this is the problem. Have you tried this and this? Yeah, okay, then go to the next problem.
Goodbye.
Nothing new to
Call
ask
me if
her.
you need assistance.
Damn, I want to focus there. Put an end to Shinhampton's savagery. Oh, he was turned. I feel bad though. They pay them so bad.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my up.
Well, you have to consider also for the paycheck for America. For example, if they pay them, I don't know, $10 a day, $10 in the next country could be a lot more than they would get in another job. So yeah, there are also you have to consider the differences in that. I mean, tech support person here makes probably 100. Those usually the IT guys that there are in development. Usually these prices are in San Francisco, let's say. These are high-paying jobs, especially the 100K a year. Usually they are in the research and development area, or the coding or the graphics.
Eyes, poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
If you
Forgive me
work
if I
for a
feel
cheap company,
despondent.
no less than 40k. Yeah,
There seems to be no
okay.
end to the suffering
Indeed.
and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
Do you know of Ascalon difficulty? Oh, I can
What
ask
do you know
her.
of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in white.
But if you have a
stating
reputable
I had to
company,
obey
it's
the
70 to
law of
100,000.
What more
That's
can
good.
you
That's
tell me about him?
very good. And if you live in an area where is not or in a not area, what's that? In a state that it's not very expensive. For example, I don't know, New York City is very expensive in rents and things like that. But for example, Texas, usually the rents are very low, or you get the bigger houses for the same price. We have, I think, $11-12 minimum hourly wage here, I think. So, yeah, depending if with the Biden administration, if they vote for the minimum wage, it will be $50, I believe. Yeah.
He was bigger than a man, huge in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon.
Virgo.
You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
Oh, he has a master, that big green thing.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone.
Can you
I
tell the
drink
difference
for
between the
sustenance.
English accent, for example, Canadian and USA and UK vs? Yes, of course. Yes. For Canadian, I'm not pretty sure, but USA accent, UK and Australian, they sound. They have some distinct differences. Not 100% sure that I can understand that, but yeah. The way that somebody talks the English language, yeah, there is especially the British one compared to US.
And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
I have a friend in Brazil and he can't tell the difference between accents. Really? Well, there are pretty distinct differences. Of course, also in the USA, from the East Coast to the West Coast, there are lots of different accents. But okay, you can understand that most of them is American.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Also in the United Kingdom there are, for example, I have problem a little bit understanding the Scottish or the Irish accent. Like when he listens to you, he can tell the difference between yours and mine. Really? That's so... Oh. Well, you have to listen for a long time to understand differences.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. And besides, he got rid of the old bag.
What? Very nice of you, Milton. Oh, we know everything about me. Whoa, lots of things.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not?
Like those guys are English speaking in the game.
We should run away.
Yeah,
while we can.
it's in England, that's why the whole thing.
Where can we go? Where is it safe?
It's usually a little bit more high-pitched, the British English.
Goodbye, Milton.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadigan fellow.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any...
I watched a show on Chernobyl, and the people had the English accent instead of Russian accents. It made like no sense. My wife watched the show too, that takes place in Russia or France or something, and no one in the show has a Russian accent. It makes zero sense. Well, actually, it makes sense because let me tell you my thinking. The German doesn't, or the French or the Russian doesn't sound Russian to the Russian. So if we say they give them English speaking, they should speak like English people. They shouldn't have a German accent or a Russian accent. It's English what they say. So they would sound normally to them. So giving an English, for example, when you hear in Indiana Jones the Germans speaking and they be speaking with that it's not natural because they speak in their language, so they don't have accent in their language hearing it. What would you say for an English? For example, a French, can he make his accent English? If you see a translation, you understand what I mean. For example, he's from England or from America, and he speaks French. Does he speak the French or the or whatever other language with an English accent?
Good news to share?
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a tragedy, pure and simple. The hospital is meant to be a safe haven to all. We failed the people who trusted us with their care.
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Hampton back here?
It's not your fault. You rescued that poor soul. It was the Christian thing to do. But we should have noticed his instability.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I don't know, it's weird to me. Yeah. I've seen that TV show from HBO with about the Chernobyl. Not the documentary, it was a TV series, 6 episodes if I remember correctly.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
With there was Stellan Skarsgård if I remember correctly, and oh, the other actor I cannot remember, but he's a good one.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
It's like if you have an evil American, if he's speaking French in a perfect French accent, it would be weird. But when they translate the movies, they have perfect French accent. They don't try to make it American. About the recent events in this hospital.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
But I understand what you mean. It's like when you... It's a movie thing, like when you hear explosions in space. In reality, you wouldn't hear anything because the sound cannot travel, but for the cinematic effect, they put the sound shooting or explosions or bomb, boom. Otherwise, you wouldn't hear anything. But yeah, I understand when you have an evil German or an evil Russian, you want that accent. Or when you hear Merovingius who likes French in Matrix, you want that that tone in the language.
If we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reed. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Like in Dolph Lundgren, if he said, I must break you. Yeah, but that was different. That was different. He wasn't speaking in Russian. He was speaking English. With that was exactly how he would speak. But for example, in Chernobyl, they were speaking Russian, so there was no accent to them. They weren't speaking English, and they had the Russian accent. They speaking their native language, which was Russian. So if you translate it in American, they shouldn't have an accent. That's the difference. It's not that same person came or started speaking in English and he had a Russian accent. That's what I mean, between them, Russians or French or other people that you see, or like in the Spanish TV series, they shouldn't have an accent because they speak in their native language during the TV show. So the good thing would be to have 100% translated like they would talk in CSI, for example, in other TV series.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Dolph Lundgren, when he's in America and he talks to the Americans with his Russian accent. He speaks English there. Any of these?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
Oh, it makes sense.
Can I be of any help?
Because I wasn't sure that I was explaining it correctly the way I had it in my mind.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reed.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But you couldn't know, could you?
Very nice of him.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
In circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Please, tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom. There was some
What
loud
made me
noises,
mad
like people fighting.
to actually watch Star Trek, the new movies, how they have Khan played by a white dude. The Khan was in the second Star Trek. It was the person who played Sherlock Holmes, the cucumber, cumbersome cucumber. That's a plant. That's a vegetable. Sorry, cumbersome something. Benedict Cumbersome was that the one? He needs to be an Indian guy. Or was it the first one with the guy who played the Hulk and Hector in Troy? Look at that, I cannot remember names from actors. The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, I believe it was the second one. With Benedict Cumbersome. I don't know if I say his name correctly. If I remember it correctly, actually. But it was something Benedict.
Do you know who the nurse was?
Not sure, but I think it was Nurse Hawkins.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
From England makes zero sense. Yeah. Well, many times they do changes.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
But I understand what you say. I don't like when they change characters, when they change the race of characters. They should be the same as it was written. For example, I would never like a person, a Caucasian, to play Blade. Blade for me is a black person with his sword, a daywalker vampire. He's supposed to be from India. It's weird. And especially in
about the recent commotion
in comics, not in movies, in comic movies, when they change people for XYZ reasons. Yeah.
I have to go now, sir.
It's like Dalsim from Mortal Kombat. Not Mortal Kombat, come on. Street Fighter. He should be Indian. Yeah, I couldn't get into Hamilton for that reason either. All those historical white dudes were like Hispanic and black people. Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Especially in historic movies, I don't like it when they have this this notion to input historically inaccurate things. It ruins it. It ruins it. It's how to say it. It ruins the history. History had its good and its bad. We have to show both sides, and the bad sides and the good sides. So just inserting people that shouldn't be there historically, yeah, it's doing bad for that, because people then might think that, oh, that look at that, it was like that in the past, and it wasn't. It wasn't, totally it wasn't. Oh, no. No. Oh. I didn't saw what he was.
How is my son doing?
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a disgrace. How on earth can patients be attacked in their own rooms?
And 1420 Assault, hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I have no hints for her at all. Manda Sawyer, thank you very much for liking the stream. Welcome.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Goswick.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Oh yeah, Christopher. So sorry, because it's different. I cannot remember lots of names. Amanda, thank you very much for all the shares. I received again. What's up, chat? Hello, Amanda. Fine, thank you. Here we're talking about different accents and what happens in TV series sometimes with Amanda again. Thank you for the share. With how they have these different accents depending on the country. Okay.
I have to go now.
This one seems healthy. For now, let's see where are the sick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody fatigued.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I love whatever your accent is. Oh, thank you, thank you. No, we say generally about the accents in TV series.
Come now, we can handle this.
Am I speaking to her?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Yeah.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Okay, we know everything about her.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay. For fatigue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, okay, that was good. We could make all these potions for everybody. Okay. This one is fatigued. I think you're from non-popular European countries like the one people normally think about when they say Europe. Thank you for all the shares. It's a big share bomb. From a non-popular European, like not what people normally think when they say Europe. Okay. I don't know which ones they think, to be honest. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead.
Oh, no, you're not.
Smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make
It's
sure
got to be like Moldova, Macedonia, or something along that lines. Well, actually, Macedonia by itself is in Greece. North Macedonia, that is voted the last year, I believe, that's country style. To be honest.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Moldova is in Bulgaria or Romania, sorry. We have a Macedonian festival down the street from my house. Aha. Where there is a big dispute between the Macedonian name between Greeks and Pyrom. Pyrom was previously. And yeah, they sell pretty good food. And also at the moment in North Macedonia they have an issue with the percentage of the local people. Who is who? Are they Bulgarian? Are they Albanian descent, I mean? Because North Macedonia was a part of former Yugoslavia.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any medical help?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Give medicine.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling
I had
you don't fall sick often.
a chair from Yugoslavia. I repurposed it. It was cool. Did I
Do you
give
need
this
any
one?
medical help, Milton?
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least. But I would give everything to be in a better place right now.
Okay, I
Goodbye,
gave him
Milton.
something, I believe. Okay. Second one is healing. Who else? Who else needs heal? Well, actually, the whole Yugoslavia was broken up after the war, the civil war in '92.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
92 or 91? Where did it start? I don't remember. It was around that time. It was like one of those chairs you would see on an old wooden ship. Really?
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
The only product I know from Yugoslavia is the Yugo cars.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, one more is treated. You go, but you yeah, your car doesn't. Yeah, my car stays. You go.
I'm quite busy right now.
I like this wordplays.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous.
Hugo Cabrio was the yellow convertible one. I haven't seen those.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so.
Hugo Cabrio.
Of solidarity.
What did they do? They cut out the
I
roof.
wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Okay, this one is recovering too. How many more we have to heal? He's healthy. Oh, this one needs also.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Sorry? I read a book on the rise and fall of the worst car in history. It was about that car. It also talked about the guy who brought it here. Something Brickling was his name. He also was behind the car brand Brickling. The Bridgekling, maybe Bridgekling, which had doors like the DeLorean. they go up. He also brought Subaru to America. Really? Well, he must be some kind of a businessman or something. Because he brought them to America because they were probably very cheap and he could do some good business. But cheap doesn't always mean good, so yeah.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And
that's why many Japanese cars or Korean cars or I don't know, Chinese cars not get a lot of good sales. Basically getting the most bang for your buck. Exactly, he was a cheap business.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
I remember also there were in Europe, especially some East German cars, Warburgs, Trabants, also from Russia, the Lada. Interesting cars. Lada still makes cars, now that I remember.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you.
I have a Nissan Pathfinder.
Seems well deserved.
It's a 3-row SUV.
I can't say the same.
I got it for about 15k. I have absolutely no idea how much they cost, the Nissan SUVs, but it seems a good deal. 15k for an SUV, pretty good. I forgot the name of the Yugo manufacturer. It's like, yeah, the Zastava. Zastava. There is also what's that? A brand named Zastava. A car brand. Maybe I'm confusing it with another one, but I remember that that brand.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
So let's see now. Have we treated everybody? Oh, we need also this one to treat. Let's go to Rakesh.
Good evening, sir. Doctor, I never could keep anything from her.
Oh, damn. It was back there. I know a bit more about outside US things than the average American. That's good. That's good to to know about what's going on in the world. Don't get me wrong, but I've noticed that about many people who live in America, not just American, but also people that they migrate to America, that they forget about the rest of the world. They think everything in many social things and many things that it has to do with America. And they forget there are people outside the rest of the world, and especially like geography and things like that. Yeah. Portugal is in South America. Come on, really? They think that. Well, yeah, the majority. I cannot say I don't have a personal how to say studies, but from studies others did, they show that most of Americans know what the USA Americans, because also if we can consider the whole America as a whole continent with North and South America, they know in USA, most of the people know about what's going on in the USA and maybe a little bit in Canada and Mexico. Bro, next time you have an American in here, ask him some random geography question. LOL, we are horrible. Oh, well, it probably depends on the person, if a person likes geography or not. Yeah, I've seen it also in people from many other countries. If you ask something except the local place around, most of the people don't know where it is. Like, what's the capital of Hawaii, for example, or things like that. They don't know. You say a place and oh my god, that's sounds something like tropical or something, and it's totally up to North Siberia style or something. Also, many people confuse the North Pole with the South Pole. They think Antarctica is on the north. No, Antarctica is down at the bottom. I work with a girl and gave her a map of the USA, and I asked her to label as many states as she could. She couldn't even get the easy ones like Alaska, Hawaii. Alaska is totally, well, because maybe she thought it was Canada, because it's up there. It's a different state totally. It was the last state that was. It was given by the Russians, I believe, to America. They sold that part of land, if I'm correct. Texas, come on, Texas is a very big state. Florida, California. Really? She didn't know even in your own country. Lol, my coworker thought Ghana was Ghana. Come on. It was in the Caribbean. It's in Africa. Okay, some places from Africa. I might confuse them. Also, I would put them maybe in Middle East somewhere, but no. Okay, now I have because I did a little bit more study. I cannot say that I knew everything from geography. Of course, I'm not that kind of person. All she knew was New York. That's tragic. Sorry to say, but okay, at least the basic geography of your own country, you should know it. At least the states. Okay. To know where are all the states, it's okay. Bro, I worked with a lady and she said Egypt isn't in Africa. Oh, because it is in Africa and isn't in Africa where it is then. Nile is in Africa. It's on the north side of Africa, but still it's in the continent of Africa. Oh, damn, that's interesting. That's interesting. You know. Whoa.
It's locked.
Come on.
Ended up on my plain and cold medical bench.
You closed the door.
It's locked.
Oh.
This unfair situation. I managed to same mass grave as your wife. I hoped that might happen.
Oh, I can eavesdrop.
I cannot enter.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to...
Oh, I can listen from here.
You don't mind if I search your pockets?
Bro, I'm serious, you will die laughing asking American geography. They have no idea. Also, you know what I noticed? For example, in many countries in Europe, people in America, most of them. I've seen many people don't finish not even the college. They after high school they stop going to higher education. But if you go to a higher education, you get better jobs. The weird thing is in here in many places in Europe, most of the people have higher education, not even go to university education, and but they end up doing jobs like a non-experienced or non-higher educated person would do, because there are no jobs to do, not enough jobs to do. There are many people who have higher Vipin Panchal, thank you very much for following. There are many people who have the higher education, but not so many jobs that can fulfill. So you can see in a McDonald's, for example, a person who might even studied, I could say even medicine, a medical doctor, not having a job as a doctor, but selling burgers. It's a little bit tragic in that situation. There is... that's why many people migrate to other places from Europe or inside the Europe also, that they don't they require higher education jobs. They think Mexico is in North America too, some of them. Well, it's central. I would say Central America, isn't it Mexico? It's on the higher, on the northern part of the Central America, but I don't know exactly where are the borders. It's with Texas and things like that, with America, of course, but I don't know where from where it starts to call it Central America. For example, Panama is Central America, yeah. It's closer to the South America. My daughter didn't know that, and she's an A+ student. Oh, well, okay, maybe geography isn't her strong point. Maybe it's math, maybe it's language, maybe, yeah.
Do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not
okay.
I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see,
he robs dead people, this
no
one.
one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
Wow, how he justifies things just to be able to sleep. Okay, Rakesh steals from dead. He is responsible for... Okay. Who else was need? Oh yeah, he's the one we need to heal. Yeah, that's interesting, from country to country. For example, I remember now a situation. A friend of mine, he finished as a doctor, a physicist, PhD. If he stayed in my country, the better he could do would be a teaching position somewhere. He moved to America, and now he makes he works for research and development in microchips and things like that, and his salary, he's nowhere close to what he would get if he stayed there. So yeah, that's what I mean. There he would be a simple physicist. In there he's a top head in good companies who pay good six-figure salaries. The difference is, and I was thinking many times, well, why didn't I follow that? Maybe I should. Maybe I should move to America also to get maybe a better job, a better paying job, but I don't know. It's a big decision to make. When he did that, he was much younger. We were much younger, and well, he was older than me, but whatever, the thing was the same.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to...
Now they say Dubai also is a very good place to go and start your life and work if you can stand the whole heat. There's 50 degrees Celsius during summer sometimes, and if you can, because it's in the Middle East, it has some restrictions for the way of life. But if you can handle that, there are very good jobs, very high paying jobs in Dubai. Most of them prefer to stay there. Not many people do They don't want to migrate. If they I don't know. It's not easy to pronounce the word migration. If they do the migration, they go somewhere inside the Europe where you don't even need papers just to cross countries because of the second treaty. So it's much easier. You steal from the dead.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
Mr. Chinchilla, thank you for the like. In the past, many people have moved to America, now I think about it. But I mean, for today's standards, they don't migrate so much. Usually only if they find a job that it's suitable, or they because of relatives there in America. Usually they go to America, Australia, or Germany, or UK.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Yeah, man, I was listening to a YouTube video on things people find Americans weird. One was when waiters take away your food after you finish eating, but the person you're eating with is still eating. That happens also in Europe. In some countries, not all the countries, because they are, from what I understand, from my understanding, it's because they want you to clear the table as soon as possible so they can give it out to somebody else. But of course, I know if you say to him, to the waiter, leave it please, I still want it, they will leave it. Also, as I said, it was okay, because I grew up watching all these American movies and all the TV series. I know in some places how they, what's the how do they say, what's the normal thing to do. For example, I know in America many waiters don't get paid, but they only get paid from tips, if I'm correct. In Europe, inside the price, you can tip, of course, it's something that you can do, but because the waiter is paid by the restaurant owner or the coffee shop owner or whatever, he or she doesn't depend on tips to have. They have the minimum wage salary, and the extras they get are from tips. So also in the price, that's why sometimes the prices are higher than in America, because there are included the payment for the waiter, the couvert, and also the the payment plus the health insurance they get, plus the tax. So you get a little bit bulkier, I would say, higher price because everything is included, and in many places they don't tip because the tip is already inside the price. So yeah, it goes that. Other than that, in many places in Europe, when they tip, it's usually 5 to 10% of the bill that comes to for you to pay for what you ordered. I don't know what is the appropriate
recent events in
tipping percentage in America.
This whole story is such a shame, sir. I have no idea how it happened.
What are you talking about?
Poor Miss Jones. Her body is missing. Someone stole it.
Oh, they stole the body?
Miss Jones' body has gone missing.
Yes.
Bro, if you tip 5% here,
and now
they'll spit in your food next. Yeah, but it's much cheaper. So yeah, you can, for example, if you pay for a cup of coffee, €2, which is almost $2.50 for a cup of coffee. I don't know how much is a cup of coffee in US. Not in Starbucks and things like that. In a normal cafe. How many dollars would you pay for a coffee? For a filtered coffee, for example. Okay, filtered coffee maybe not €2, but it could be 1.5. So let's say $2.
Who could have stolen a corpse?
That's exactly what I asked myself.
A coffee is $1 to $3.
Who could do such a thing?
Yeah.
Is that terrible and shameful?
Well, of course, it depends on the coffee. If you have one of those pricier coffees that they have in Starbucks with the... Well, it's not a coffee anymore. It's actually more than a dessert, a very rich dessert. They have 300 syrups and whipped cream and every other things. Yeah, the coffee can be... one of those types of coffees. It's €5 plus. That's let's say almost $6 plus. So yeah, those are the so it's almost that. And do you have to tip also in Starbucks? Do you have to pay a tip for the people who make your coffee?
Times, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Do you have any more to give him? Damn, I thought I made 6. Probably there were 7 of them. You can, but most don't. Oh, you see exactly. Oh, yeah, okay. But if you sit in a classic coffee shop where they also serve breakfast and things like that, there you tip because the waitresses or the waiters have... I don't know, do they get a wage or only they get... what they get is from tips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, there were 7. That's why I don't have another one. Oh, you tip more in the sit-down places. You don't, not to go places. So I get. Also, do you tip in taxis? If you get a taxi or an Uber, do you tip there? Damn. Why can I? Oh, I don't have.
I will see you later.
Now I can retreat from this.
More bodies will arrive, and then sadly,
it's locked, all right.
You should tip for taxi or an Uber, but it's usually $1 or $2. Well, for example, I find it weird to tip on a taxi or especially on an Uber because I find no reason. He works for himself, so everything that earns is for him. In a taxi, because sometimes they get the wage depending on how many fares they have. Yeah, I find it strange. I don't know how it's the splitting. Usually the cab service that they rent out their cabs and they take a percentage off from the driver or something like that. If it's a good experience, I'll give $20. That's good. That's good. Yeah, because there are taxis and taxis, and yeah, I have been in a taxi where the person was neat, clean, with his tie. It was a Mercedes, a big Mercedes car with surround system inside. He asked me what temperature I wanted to select to have in the car, what type of music would I want. And I was, what the fuck, what is this, a rich hotel or something? And of course, to that one I tipped. But there were other taxis that the taxi was, come on, it was, anyway, in bad condition anyway, let's say, in the interior, and the smell was awful. The driver was sweaty with a t-shirt that had holes, and he was smoking. And okay, I got out a few meters later. I had a dude in Florida from United Arab Emirates, and he was retired, but he put our suitcases in his trunk. He opened our doors, etc., etc. That's good. Well, usually here, well, it depends. It depends on the taxi service. Yeah. Okay, one more for fatigue. Do we have more other sick people in other areas? No sick here. Oh, this one is also have fatigue, so let's make one more. Yeah, the taxi experience can be weird, and also there is no much of an Uber in Europe, and it was okay, it was natural, because if you want to be a taxi driver, it requires a lot of licenses, and there is a big cost. So just somebody having the ability to drive and have a car, it wasn't acceptable.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Okay. Let's give him the medicine.
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
He told me about places he lived and told me how beautiful St. Petersburg is and how he knew a few languages, and I spoke some Russians with him and he was like, "Do svidanya." Wow, I remember that phrase. "Do svidanya." Cool. And he was in United Arab Emirates, and he was from Russia originally.
Don't take too many
So
risks
he had
with
been
your
in many
health,
places.
None of us are immune to this disease, and that is
Oh, he was from Arab Emirates. He went to St. Petersburg and he saw. Yeah. Okay, now I got it.
But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed. Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive, and then...
It's locked.
Okay, I believe I will have to replay after I finish this game. I will have to replay it to see what other things I've missed, because I didn't know how the game worked that particular time. And I made some choices I didn't want to do. Let's see what we knew about him. Yeah, he said he spoke. Sorry. He was there, but he lived in the USA and he was an Uber driver. Oh, I get it. He said he spoke some other languages. I forgot, lol. I think one was German. I asked if he was Egyptian or Egyptian, and he said no. He was a really nice man. Sorry. I gave him a $20 tip and he gave us a free ride afterwards as a friend. Really? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. He saw us walking to the boat dock, but decided to give us a lift. That was cool of him. That's good. I have absolutely no idea about these people. Beatrice question. This one I know everything. This one is missing something. This one too. I lost a question here. Yep. This one I know everything also. This one I lost a clue. Everything. 1, 2, 3 tips missing. 2 tips missing. I know everything. Okay, so these are the ones. For me, I like people who give a good experience, like I tip street dancers and musicians. That's good. Yeah, I do the same. I actually, if I like a performance or something, I like to help the artist, especially the street artists. Some of them are exceptionally good. You see, wow, and you're just in the street, you're not in a show or something. If you are begging me for money, I do not give hands out. But if you're actively doing something such as playing saxophone or the Caribbean drums, I'll give a few bucks. Oh, that's good. That's good. Of course, yeah. At least you're doing something. And personally, I don't. Especially when they use children, that's something I have a particular, let's say, something that bothers me. They send out kids to beg, and that person, I find it the services, or how they call them, that they protect children, they should intervene. I say it many times. They send out kids and please give me, sir. I would honestly give you if I knew it was for you and it would help you, but that only helps let's say, the person that involved you. Kids shouldn't be out begging and things like that, and that's particularly annoys me. There was a little girl. Why don't you get? Because I trying to explain now to a 7, 8 year old kid, because it's not your place to be here. You should be in a school learning and things like that. And it was okay. It's pretty annoying. Not annoying. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Well, anyway, it bothers me. If there were adults, that's different, but even with adults, it's good to do something instead of just asking out. Yeah, it is common in poor housing areas here. Kids will ask for any spare bottles, etc., to return them for fine said deposit. Really? Do that actually, yeah. And you know what? It happens many times in, at least here in some areas. You sit for a cafe. It's a good place, and they allow that instead of calling the services or see, well, why is this happening? But many times they don't care about things like that. Crackheads, candies, when they ask for money, I'm like, here, some candy. Yeah, okay. If I see an older person that is homeless and they ask for food or something, yeah, I'll do that. I go with them. I've seen people, they were asking because they were starving, and of course, let's go together. I don't give out the money because I'm not sure if the food goes to them, but let's go. I buy you a whole McDonald's menu with fries. What do you want? What do you want? Everything with drink, with the potatoes and the hamburgers. Is that enough for you? Yeah, okay. If you're still hungry, I buy you more. I won't give out just money because many times they extort it for them. They put them there so they can pull out the money. So yeah, that's not. I don't want to help on that system that extorts them. But of course, if they say it's for food and they're hungry, I go with them and I buy food for them. Food, it's for them for sure. They will eat it, they will enjoy it.
Will this shift never end? My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
There is no reason to starve in the USA. We have soup kitchens and you can get free meals. Also, any church will give you free groceries. Yeah, I know that churches do that, but also there are people who are not. They don't have that with the ones that you say with soup kitchens. And okay, usually after the whole crisis in Europe, well, it was a global crisis. It started from US, but they hit Europe later. And lots of people lost their jobs and their houses, and people became homeless. Indeed. Also, church will give out free groceries. Yeah. In big cities especially, yeah, they do that. But as you said, there is no reason to be in like that in this situation. So yeah, if I see somebody who is poor and things like that, there were cases when there was where I was seeing a healthy 20-year-old kid begging for money. It wasn't at least it didn't look addict or something. It was, what are you talking about? You can go get something. You can have a job giving these advertising leaflets. And I did that as a young kid to get some money. So there are ways to get money except from begging, especially if you're young and healthy. If you're not, okay, I understand that and you're homeless. But in those cases, it's usually there are drug addicts. And I know the money will go just to serve the addiction. So yeah. Generally, I like to help out. But also I don't want to feel responsible if something happens to them because of that. Bro, you can get you can legit get a meal from the Dollar Tree here. We don't have this usually Dollar Trees. A meal can be raviolis like 69 cents to $1. You know? They have frozen food there or microwaved shell food. Yeah, that's good. That's decent. If it's decent food, that's good. Sorry, I'm just checking out how can I... Oh, from here, yeah. Can listen to them. To me, you can eat ramen noodles too for what, 20 cents a package. Yeah, in America there are some good deals that you can get with food. But the problem is some of the homeless cannot cook it. That's why it's a big deal. They don't have a stove or something. I mean, it's not healthy, but it's, yeah, of course. We're not talking about healthy food. We're talking about just the basics to survive the hunger. Even McDonald's, yes, they have. But usually the $1 burgers are very small. But yeah, they serve better than nothing, as you say.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Okay, Mordecai intended to take his own life. All right. So now we get something to say to them. There is a mystery here to be solved. I'm just saying you can get breakfast, lunch and dinner at the soup kitchen, and if you're still hungry, hit up the Dollar Tree for a can of spaghetti or something. They have 99 cents beer here. The big ones. 24 O's.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes.
Well, it would be probably better than to buy a sandwich instead of have a beer for $1.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after.
Oh, he tried to suicide. That's why he's inside here.
I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then...
Oh, we have to go bring back that letter. We got the key. Personal questions? No, nothing else.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening.
Doctor.
How is my son doing?
Your son wished to die, Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware
because...
suicide is a crime?
Yeah.
Mortimer could be thrown in jail.
Oh, really? He could be.
Let that happen.
Usually they go to a psychiatric facility.
But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension, not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Be right back. Oh, okay. Okay, Brad, I'll be here. Thankfully, so far the game goes as it should be in the stream. Personal questions, nothing else.
Good evening.
Oh, I forgot to ask her something else. Life in London.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
So, one more hint.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I still say the phrase insane asylum. I know it's not appropriate, but I prefer it to psych center or mental hospital. I didn't know why isn't allowed to say that. It's not appropriate to say that anymore. Insane asylum. So it's something that actually in the Batman games they call it like that. Psychiatric center, mental hospital. Really, I didn't know that. So I must be more careful. That's what I mean. I'm afraid from the internet. You don't know what to say anymore because what is appropriate and what not. I learned some things in English, let's say 20 years ago, and it's now not appropriate to say that. I don't know.
Contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything.
I have seen people get crucified for saying the wrong words, and they didn't mean that way. And okay, it's not a nice thing. Yeah, they want like hearing impaired or speech impaired either. Yeah, as the time passes, we like to beautify, let's say, some words, some things. Hard of hearing or speed disabled. I get it. Unknown event happening. Now I have to come here. Let's see what else can we do. So, this mission. Go to Mortimer's God's weak place. Track. Oh, track. Let's track this one. Reach the pharmacy. I haven't reached the pharmacy yet. Where is this one? Yeah. The problem is I cannot go there for some weird reason. Maybe it opens up later. So that mission is off for sure. So let's do this. Reach the pharmacy. Where is this? Okay, the pharmacy is here. So I have to go through this part. Perfect.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district.
Please,
I
sir,
must be more
can't let you
careful.
through. Look like... No rest for the...
Okay. Okay, at least we can handle this. Much easier now, I believe. What's that? There, he didn't drop any loot. Damn. Sorry. You can call someone. Yeah, I know that. You have to say that they're the okay. You cannot even say it into the stream because they pick up these words, and you have to be very careful. Like when my kids do something stupid, for example, run with the scissors, I'll say that yeah. Or when they take a candy from a stranger. Yeah, that word was pretty natural to me, but now it seems it's an offensive word to call somebody like that when somebody is doing a stupid thing. And also in my language, we called somebody who does these stupid things like that, what are you? And well, it's not offensive. Actually, the problem with offensive word, if somebody wants to be an offensive, it doesn't matter how many words you forbid to say. He will find another word and use it the same way. So at the end, we will red flag all the words. If somebody wants to offend you, he will offend you. He will just find another word and use it that. And what's that? Oh, nah. And then we are red flagging that word or that word. The funny thing, in all these streams and things like that, they are particularly sensitive with specific words, but with the FU word, you can say it, there is no problem. They just say it's strong language. It's weird. It's weird. The whole internet thing, the whole thing. I started to be. It's not the internet thing. It's the social internet thing that started to be very weird. The internet wasn't weird 15 years ago or 10 years ago. The last decade it started to be very, oh, this is not that and not this, oh, I'm offended by this and I'm offended by that, and everybody gets offended by something. And I'm offended by your offenses. I don't care anymore. Those comments just so I don't get. Oh yeah. There are the things. Yeah. You see, and they say after that there is free speech. What free speech if you can strike me for everything and take things out of content? Anyway, let's not talk about it. These are very. Sensitive subjects for the internet. They cannot handle things like that. It's that or our way or the highway. You cannot speak. Anyway, over there. Let's hope that things get better and there is not so much censorship needed. I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that? I was said that everything. I don't remember actually that everything is so sensitive anymore, and there are sensitive matters. And let's hope. What was that? I was saying about something about free speech. But you are not allowed to say that and that and that, and where's the free speech? And taking things you say out of context, and that's not right. Anyway, that's the internet today. Let's hope it gets better. Okay. Oh, come on, I should have bite him. Okay, let's see.
cannot enter.
Oh, it's locked. Yeah.
It's locked, all right.
Oh shit, I'm in the wrong. Damn, I'm in the wrong district. Have to go back. Oh, I missed a turn. It was that bridge over there. Come on, I picked up everything from them. I like it, they calling them leeches instead of vampires. A leech, a leech.
Don't like burning, does it?
Okay. Sorry, I keep getting phone calls today. Do you have vampires where you live? Vampires are everywhere. Like zombies. Aliens actually are only in the USA. I have never heard of alien outside of USA. Or UFO sightings. Or should I say, do people there believe in? I believe the bloodsuckers, they're calling them those who drain the money out of people.
Look lively! Take a breath of this! Stupid beast!
Okay, sorry. Or you should I say, it's weird, like some places believe in superstitions, yeah. Like Bigfoot, chupacabras, those are in Mexico, yeah. Jersey Devil. The Bigfoot, of course, it's in USA or Canada. Maybe in Canada it's the Bigfoot. Or the Sasquatch. Also in Canada there are the Windagos. I don't know if I pronounced them correctly. Oh, we're close. It's on these two. Yeah. Okay, that's one. Let's grab a bite out of him. Damn, he's quick. He resisted. Okay, let's bite him. Oh damn, I have to be careful. My health is low. Okay, we got him. Ooh, that was tense. Yeah, do you have any like that in your country? No. I wouldn't say we do.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication.
But there are certainly some people who believe in weird stuff. Oh, we got it. It was that. So I have to go back. Tell what happened to England. Yeah. The most weird thing I would say is they believe that the thing, the eye, how it is called, when somebody gives a bad energy to somebody just by looking at him, you know? But of course there are superstitions of bad luck and things like that generally. But no Bigfoots. Oh damn, he got me. Oh okay, like there is people here, they practice witch stuff. Wicca is the term. My sister Ashley does that. She like curses people and things. Well, there's also the other, the voodoo. Pembroke Hospital. Yeah, finally we're here.
How may I help you, Jonathan?
Nothing.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you
Yeah,
again
bro.
soon.
I made a voodoo doll once.
Perhaps I should have
Yeah, one of my favorite songs is from Prodigy. Voodoo people, magic people. Also the Firestarter, Twisted Firestarter. Techno music. What should I do now, actually? Who do I have to talk to? Tell what happened to Thorough Strickland. Oh, this one.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Come.
Sorry, just like out of Yam. Well, didn't do anything. Well, the only voodoo doll I made was in Monkey Island for the pirate LeChuck. That was funny. The Ouija board. Once, never used it though. Well, the Ouija board needs to have 2 or 3 people, so you don't know if somebody pushing it or not. That's the cool thing about the Ouija board. It's Nightmare Before Christmas thing. Yeah. You had the what was the name of the pumpkin? The Halloween pumpkins that it was dressed up like Santa Claus, because he heard it was Satan's clothes, not Santa Claus. Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton, very peculiar, I would say, director,
I be of any help?
with a very nice theme, style, not theme, with the style, the directive style. Your drunk provider is gone.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage?
Oh, yeah.
Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments.
Okay.
I may try to gather these substances.
Sorry, I
Even
need to
help
take a
improve
short break.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, well, I take a short break and I'll be back. Sent you a message with a pic of the Ouija board. Okay, I will check it out later. Give me a moment. And I'm back. Let me see. I returned a little bit earlier. Okay. Have the audio. No, wrong headphone. I don't use both. That's why. By the way, I saw the picture, Brad. Yeah, it's that's a very nice craftsmanship you got there with the wood and the burner. Very nice board.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Dr.
I can't let
And
Strickland
good evening to
put
you,
his
Dr.
patients
Reed.
at risk.
Can I be of any help?
Perhaps
Do you need
An
my
adjusted
medical
formula
attention,
will
dear
deliver
colleague?
more. You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Personal question about the secret tests you ran.
I want to know about these secret
Yeah, I'm
tests
back.
you run.
I got back a few minutes, a couple of minutes earlier. Sorry, I clicked off. No problem. So you didn't hear me. I saw the picture and I said, well, great craftsmanship. the Ouija board. Very nice. That wood and the wood burner. You're very good at that. You have practice, I see. Or maybe is it a hobby of yours? You like to do that wood writing, wood burning. How do they call that? That form of art, writing on wood with a burner.
And if they can save people from this epidemic, speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books.
Wood burning,
the
okay,
most daring
yeah.
research during the war.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay, he didn't like the answer we gave.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Personal questions.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
That's interesting.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Where is the other one? Oh, we got everything. We got all the clues.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Personal question. Ackroyd will not report you.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay, gather the ingredients and formulate the medication.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, I'm a blundering idiot.
Oops. Where is the exit? There it is. And what should I do now? Gather the ingredients and formulate the medication. Bring 1 unit of sodium hypochlorite, 1 unit of potassium, and 6 units of... Do I have that? That's weird. What's that? Oh, it's an octopus?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Oh, I can
project
use
could be
this.
dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Well, let's hope he does something. I don't believe there is no way to bring water. The Buller Bruno Majes Thomas Retro Gamer.
It's locked.
I remember that my fake taxi. Just tagging some other people. Hello. Good, that's good, okay. What the hell? Where is it? Where is it? Nothing inside this room.
If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
I made a string. Oh, I didn't ask
met the
this.
strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was really menacing.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
Enter the church is difficult.
I tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Am I
Is this
cursed?
proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty, there's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
Science can't explain this.
Hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Yeah. What happened while I was absent?
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Hampton really killed you?
Hampton that killed Miss Jones.
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
Who informed the guard of Priwen?
How did the guard of Priwen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
Who was that man?
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Priwen.
Okay.
I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here?
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I can guarantee one thing. The Guard of Priwen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
Okay. I don't have anything for you.
Thank you, Edgar.
Must I wait, damn it? Blaming me.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Yes. I have improved your mixture. Personal questions? Nothing.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Okay,
a placebo
placebo.
is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised.
Money towards dinner
I trust you
with a lady. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the stars, Brett. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you.
And put this placebo there for future use.
Oh, we got his key.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Put the medication in the doctor's office. Oh no, this is not it. I prefer to cook for women myself. But going out is nice cause you don't have to do the dishes. That's true. That's that's true.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked, all right.
Oh, everything is locked.
It's locked.
Let's check all this. Just to be sure we checked everything. Okay, we got the Gwyneth Brannigan clue. Sorry, we had some Chinese food the other night, was so good. Oh, from Chinese? Actually, yeah. Wellington Ramos, thank you very much for following. Hello, welcome to Manta Ray Links. How are you? I don't know. Some of the foods I like, some of the foods I don't like. I don't like, for example, of course, sushi is Japanese or Chinese. I don't remember which one is. Anyway, I don't like sushi for sure. I like everything to be cooked well.
It's locked, all right.
But everything that has chicken, duck, and things like that, I like. And pork, of course. What else is here? Can I pick up anything? It's
locked.
Locked also. Everything is locked in this hospital. Lol, I like to cook sushi like shrimps and crab. Yeah, too. Yeah, I don't like raw stuff. So yeah. Me too. If it's cooked and it's with shrimps and crab, yeah, I would agree. It should be tasty. Maybe the only thing I would... I have tasted the raw and it was good, but generally I don't like raw food for hygiene reasons, because they might have some parasites or viruses that if you cook them they die. If you don't cook them, then they can get inside your intestines. It's shells, raw shells, but they have to be very well. I was on a boat and they just pulled them out from the bottom of the sea, so they were more fresh. It wouldn't be possible with some lemon, and you just eat them. But also mussels, I believe they call them. Yeah. And also they're also very good if they're cooked with rice, fried, also mussels, but they have to be fresh, very fresh, as fresh as they are, or otherwise if they are frozen, but that's also something that needs to be done quickly.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Your life in London. Your unprofessional conduct.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
Oh,
That's not
Gwyneth.
true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot
Give
of
me a
doctors
moment.
that I know.
I'll read that.
Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, Nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Okay. I actually like this dish in Mexico called ceviche. It's like a salsa that cooks raw shrimps in the oils. Interesting. The lime juice cooks the shrimps. Yeah, usually they do that. That's why they insert the lime to kill as many bacteria they can. Well, they have this agenda now in the game where we have to decide this is not the place, you're mistaken, you have my support.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK medical register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I remember going to my aunt's house and they had some made ceviche. Ceviche. I devoured it. It was amazing. I haven't tried it, so I'll take your word for that. So next time that I hear about this Mexican ceviche, I will definitely taste it.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
So let's see what other missions we have. Okay, this one is complete. Succeeded. Perfect. Go to Mortiger's place. Cause of death. Wrong target. Crack. Let's hope it's not very far away. Oh, no, it's not. It's just in the corner. Very, very nice. I don't want to go far away.
How may I help you, Jonathan?
Jonathan?
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel.
Yeah, fire.
What more?
Oh, nothing else to ask
Thank you,
her.
my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
I was also drinking, etc. So my aunt gives like a 5 ml to nightly. She likes vodka.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that.
Vodka with some orange juice. Personally, I cannot drink. I don't like to drink heavy alcohol like vodka or whiskey. You know, those alcohols that are more than 30% alcohol. I can drink a little bit for the company, but
Dr. Reed, any
not
good
too
news to
much.
share?
I don't enjoy it. Nurse Brennigan has been accused.
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really
I don't like the burning feeling myself. Yeah, neither do I. Beer, that's the most I like to drink.
She has
Or
what it takes to be a great doctor.
give me a
Do you
moment.
really think she could be the next?
Around 4 or 5. Oh, well, it depends. I would say half a liter for me. It's the max, or usually it's a bottle, the half liter, or otherwise the Corona, for example, is 250 milliliters or 300 milliliters. Half a liter is 500 milliliters. So yeah, no. Oh, 5% alcohol. No, I thought 4 out of 6 packs, 4 or 5. Yeah, there are some also good beers that are 3.5% alcohol. They're very mild, but they are tricky because they have less alcohol. And you can more easily drink more. You don't realize you're drinking more alcohol, and you try to stand up and you're whoa, happy feet, you know.
Elizabeth Blackwell.
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
I like it in these games. Everybody is so open-minded. I wonder why they were so they were so close-minded in the past. If everybody was so open-minded as they present, that's what I say. They do bad with history because otherwise people will see it. They say, "What? It was so open-minded in the past," and actually it wasn't. And that's a bad thing for history, because
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
some people were mistreated and were treated differently, and seeing this stuff, how can it be more bad than good? I like to have a nice cigar when I drink or when I'm in the hot tub. Cigar? Why are you? Yeah. There are some nice cigars with I like them. They leave a chocolate taste. Actually, I don't smoke, so the only thing I have tried was a cigar, just for the fun. A nice drink and a cigar are amazing. They say it's usually good after having a good dinner or something. It's nice to have a smoke. I just prefer a good dessert. Same, I'm not a daily smoker, only once or a while. Yeah, and well, actually, cigars are different. You don't have to. You don't have to. You shouldn't actually swallow the smoke because it's wet and it gets the tar on the lungs. They say the lungs. Anyway, compared to a cigarette, you swallow the smoke. Yeah, you don't want to inhale, not swallow, inhale. Damn, I was looking for the word. I just kind of puff. Yeah, it's different. Some Cuban cigars. Come on, where is the mission? Oh, it's there. Not that way, the other way. Okay. Your mother, we got inside the house.
Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die.
Apparently it's not cool to smoke a pipe, I don't know, but I prefer it. Same when I smoke a pipe too, just puff it. Yeah, actually, the smell of the pipes, it's a very peculiar one. I don't know, I don't hate it, but I don't like it, but I don't hate it either. It's a weird smell. Some more aromatic, I would say. It's a weird one. Like Sherlock Holmes.
I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust. It's locked, all right.
Popeye the Sailor Man. I remember now with the pipes, the Popeye. With the spinach. Popeye the Sailor Man. Na 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 na. Popeye the Sailor Man. Olive was his wife, and Bruto, if I believe Brutus or something like that, was his nemesis, his rival. Come on, open. All right. Burn after you choose what to do with Mortimer. Send a big bag the letter to Mortimer. Give the... Oh no, I don't give it to...
It ain't human! Kill it!
Oh damn. Okay, that was a bad move generally. I just wanted a little bit of blood, but as it turns out I will use up some more for what I bargained for.
You'll pay for that! Don't like that, do ya?
Okay. I have flavored pipe tobacco here. Oh, we have flavored. So if you want wine flavored, yeah, those are everywhere. The flavored tobacco is everywhere. As I said, there was even some chocolate flavored. I like those. The smell, I not to smoke them, but I have friends that have the cigarettes which you make your own. With you get the smoke, you put it inside, you like a cowboy something, except the ones that they are in a package, and you can make them as thick as you want, and some of them they have different flavors, menthol or chocolate or wine, as you say. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'll finish this mission, I believe, and I will call it a day. Where is it? Come on, a little bit. Yeah. What was his wish? Come on, what happened? Oh, there it is. The letter. Dear mother, when I find this, I'm gone. I want you to know. Me, these times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel okay.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Here is your letter.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. for your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now please, let me be.
What's happened here? I need to see why it does that. Oh, okay, now it is live. Go back, go back. I'm just watching my stream on YouTube and it's weird. Doesn't go the way I want to. Doesn't have the chat actually. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, give me a moment. Just have to send a message. Okay, let's see personal questions. I've read your letter.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Pizza, yeah.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
You could probably be a telephone interpreter and work in your country. Telephone interpreter? What does a telephone interpreter do? Sorry. Interpreters, telephones, or... They have that as a profession here. Actually, what are the what they do? What's the job? Especially if you had New York City pay. Well, New York City pay, I believe it's high pay, right? Or no? I don't know. 676 Taki Tao. Thank you very much for following. Hello, welcome to Manta Ray Links. How are you? Translate your language to English to help people on phone calls. Oh, I get it. Oh, interpreter, yeah. Translator. Yeah. Yeah, the interpreter. I believe there was a movie with Nicole Kidman. She was listening and interpreting to the UN. Yeah. I believe I remember now. I don't know. You know what's the problem? Usually, when I'm relaxed, I can find out easily much more. When I'm getting pressured, I started to forget everything, every word I want to say, everything. It's doesn't jump into my mind. No way. It's like rejecting everything I've known. But imagine that when you try to interpret for someone. I've done it sometimes. To not professional, of course, to people. friends and also to strangers who didn't know the language. And yeah, I sounded like I was totally somebody who didn't know anything.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
Okay, so I believe that's it for this one. Personal questions, nothing else.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, this is done too. Find out the cause of death, that's hard. And I need to find this. This one is difficult. Oh, and she's in another district. So yeah, in the Whitechapel. You said when you're relaxed. What was after that? Yeah, I was saying that if I'm relaxed, I can translate much easier. I can speak anyway much easier, but when I'm under stress, I start to forget words. So being an interpreter, it can put, you know, because it's a profession, it can put stress to the whole dialogue, and I will start losing my words or not remembering what it is needed to say. I admire those people who do that. I keep clicking off to answer phone calls and text. Oh, no problem. Of course, you got work to do, so that's only natural.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Your son is not
I've
dying.
read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
Trust me, my wife uses them all the time, and some of the interpreters barely speak English. You speak
Take care
well.
of him, then, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for that.
Contagious patients. I worry
Well,
my
actually,
poor
I
Mortimer
would be able to translate to English from 2.5 languages. Oh, we got lots of things. Your son's suicide note. Why
Mortimer is
commit
extremely
suicide?
vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die.
That's extra pay right there. Let me look up the pay for that. Be right back. Okay. He felt useless.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
Better
What do you
place?
think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
Okay. That is depressed, I think. Your son could try.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, Nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
You realize your son could try to kill himself again. He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
He's lucky to hear you. Prepare for the worst. You're in denial.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't.
Give me a moment.
I have conceded many times in my life.
I can't. This is English. This is British English. I can't. I can't. I can't. Oh, Barry, I can't do that. Medical interpreters is like 50.85 an hour US dollars. I think a regular one is 15.85, sorry. 1301 for a company called Language Line. An hour? That's good. That seems that goes if you have an 8-hour job. Well, for 8 hours to translate, ooh, that's a lot. But anyway, 8 hours, it's, let's say for the medical, let's go with 15. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 120 and 6 hours 80, so that's almost $130 a day. Almost, yeah, 130, yeah, 126. So yeah, interesting. If it is an 8-hour job, that's good. So how much is that? Is it 5 days, let's say 5 days a week job? I'm trying to see how much you can get in 1 year. For example, let's say it's 5 days a week. 52 weeks are in a year, so that's 25 250 days plus 10, 260 days. Every 2 weeks, yeah, it's 10 days, yeah, so, yeah, that's right. 2 weeks, let's say 10 days, yeah. Interesting. Every 2 weeks. So that's 52 by 26. 26, 2 weeks are in a year. Yeah, okay. Not bad. But it was, if it was through an NYC company, probably it went in the $20 an hour range. Yeah, just for translating, that's very, very good, very good. But I don't know. They require some degrees to have in the language or something.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
But as you said, some of them they barely know English.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Well, of course, I would take some extra classes then to remind me more of proper tenses or some of the grammar, because personally I hate grammar. I'm more of a math person, mathematics. But okay.
I don't.
Grammar is needed.
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell
I
her
think
the
you
same
just
thing?
have to test.
I could, but it would not change.
That's interesting. So we know everything about him now? We know everything. What about his mother? Everything healthy. Nothing more to ask them.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me.
It says remote medical interpreter in NYC is 36 an hour, or almost 60,000 a year. Remotely? Really? That's cool. And you...
Good evening, Doctor.
You can do it
How's my son doing?
from home. Very, very interesting.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Doctor.
It could be, for example, it could be if you have a main job, it could be also a side job. To have an extra income. Since you are able to work from home. I'm wrong. New York City is... Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. You don't even have to have a main job. This will be the main job. 75,000 for a medical interpreter. Whoa. Okay.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen.
Okay. Well, I go here now, and I will see what I can upgrade, if I can upgrade any weapon. And let's call it a day. Weapons upgrade. Let's see if I can upgrade. Yeah, let's upgrade this one. Level 3. Perfect. Hands handling, no. I want to be more stun power. Can I upgrade to level 4? Yes or no? No, I cannot upgrade that. We need 3 handle parts. If you had like a court job or something, it would be probably even more. In a law firm or something, yeah, court job. That would be interesting. Just to interpret. Of course, medical interpretation also requires some specific terminology. But that would be easy to pick up. That wouldn't be something extreme. Oh, I like this weapon. Pretty good. 121. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Well, I believe I have to finish the game here and the stream. Quit. Whoa, it quitted immediately. I was expecting to go to the menu. Well, thank you very much for all this information. It will be nice, bro. You can watch YouTube videos to learn certain names of doctors like pulmonologist, etc. Well, after all, this terminology is easy to find, especially in Wikipedia, or as you said, in YouTube. There are lots of tutorials for not tutorials, lessons, I would say, for language terminology and things like that. So I could look that up. Anyway, thank you for all this information. It's pretty interesting, Brad. Well, anyway, I have to go. So thank you everybody for for the shares, for the likes, for the follows. Brad, thank you very much for the stars. I appreciate it a lot, for keeping me company during the gameplay. See you next time. Tomorrow I have a day off. Supposedly it should be yesterday also a stream day, but because of the technical difficulties I wasn't able to do it. As it seems, it was Desert Snake Gaming. Thank you very much for liking the stream. Hello, welcome. But actually I'm in the closing parts. Laters. Yeah. Well, that's it for today. Thank you all of you again. See you next time. Tomorrow is Thursday, I believe. Thursday. So I know you're leaving. Okay. Hello. Okay. Thank you, Desert Snake, also for dropping by. Until then, be well, have fun, play games, and goodbye to all of you.